Embrace the light. Did I just say that? We photographers have been fighting harsh light since the birth of the camera. We get excessive contrast, washed out images, and blown out highlights. So why bother? The summer is long. We should make good of the time. Well, one way is to use the harsh shadows often created in these conditions to our advantage. Instead of avoiding them, include them in your composition. Black and white shots is an ideal medium for this. The building behind me is a classic example of a black and white subject. We can use the contrast created in the harsh shadows to our advantage in this subject. This would be a perfect medium for a black and white subject. Now if I just could only find my camera, I can get started and take some shots.
You had me at a low, 'cause where you go is where I go. I don't need nobody else. I got you, and you got me too.
You came right out of the blue. I wanna do what you want to. We can leave and run away someday, someday. I've been saving you, and you save me too. Yeah, I need it, don't you need me too? 'Cause I need you. Yeah, so call me anytime that you need a favor. Call me anytime I can come and sit in you. Oh, oh. Call me anytime that you need a friend. And call me anytime when you're at a tight end. You, I got you, and you got me too. We can always make it through.
Well, that was a rat race in the city. Well, I'm glad to be up here in the mountains. Peace and quiet. As you can see, I'm up here for the sunrise. In fact, we caught the golden glow on the way up, and we're going to enjoy a nice day in the mountains. So let's get started, shall we? All right, here we go. Oh, and I've got sunscreen and bug spray. I'm all set today. Well, he better hopes it doesn't rain down in that riverbed. I'm trying to get ahead of that crowd. There's about 200 hikers up there, and the gentleman just told me that's only the first of several waves. I had no idea. I picked a popular spot, but there we are. I'm going to try and get ahead of them. So this is the trail I'm on right now. It's beautiful up here. So I'm just giving you a sneak peek of where I am. When I find a good spot, we'll stop and have a chat. Here's my friend.
Hydraulic that.
What was that?
You see how they hydraulic that there, and they had to stop right there because there was another claim. They wiped that whole hillside out with water.
Oh, okay.
Also on the other side.
Oh, okay.
See how you got red dirt over there?
Yep.
That's somebody else's claim.
Oh, okay.
So it goes from, they had to stop right over here. Then they done the same on the other side. This is Heaton Flats. Heaton Flats, there was over 2,000 people lived here.
Really?
That over on the left.
Oh, okay. This is the gentleman who gave me all the information earlier.
That's just Heaton Flats through there. All the way past the bathroom.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You can remember that.
It's beautiful here. It's very colourful. In actual fact, I didn't expect it to be quite so colourful. Let me just back up here. Oh yes, I see a photo opportunity here. And this is where you pause and take the opportunity. And this will be something I'll be talking about actually a little bit later. So I'm actually going to pause. I'm going to take one with my iPhone right now. I can see if I can frame up a shot. In fact, actually, that might be one there, but I'm actually thinking of just zooming in just on this vegetation. And this is really what I'm going to be talking about later on, actually, one of my tips, which will be the topic of this vlog. Summer photography tips. I waited another 10 minutes for the early morning sun to slowly climb over a mountain peak. As you can see, the plants were lit up beautifully. Another good trick for the summer is to cut out the sky. So how do we do that? Well, we zoom in. We zoom into the frame. I like to do that with my 70 to 200 millimeter lens. Uh-oh. Remember I told you earlier? Oh, this must be the second wave. Oh my gosh. I think we're going to pause for a little bit. Let this pack pass. This must be amongst the most popular places I picked. Where were we? Oh yes, you can create some really strong images by isolating the subject. Look for an interesting subject. Could be a tree, could be a building, maybe a farm building. And if you look over my shoulder here, I found an unusual tree here. And in fact, actually, let's take some pictures of it right now. For a summer sky which lacks any interest, you will want to either cut out the sky altogether or minimize the sky as much as possible. Anything goes. What we're doing is we're zooming in, isolating subjects, and eliminating that boring summer sky.
It's a lonely road to travel on. It's a heavy loss to be alone. Now I finally think I found.
difficult to get down here, especially with a 50-pound pack on your back. Right. Made it. Alright. Let's see what we have. Those hikers don't. That's probably a river in winter. Oh, that's interesting. I think time for another stop. See how that comes out with the dark background. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Another good summer tip is getting up early. Early, you say? Well, yes, early. I was up at 4:15 this morning. Now, of course, I'm an early bird, so I'm used to it. Summer is a good time. Summer sunrises are worth getting up early for. If you're not accustomed to getting up early, now's the time to take advantage of the summer sunrises. Remember, most people are sleeping. You will most likely have the place to yourself. But as I learned, it depends on which place you pick. I didn't pick this place very well. I haven't been here before, and of course I happen to have picked a place that was the most popular hiking spot. But there you are. I go to a lot of places for my sunrise shoots, and I had the place to myself. And if you saw my Tulum Meadows video, for 5.5 hours I had the whole place to myself. I did not see a single person. So it depends on where you go. And of course, it will be a lot cooler. I'm not going to complain about the weather, because there are enough people doing that. But when I got up this morning, it was already in the 70s. I was a bit late getting here because all lanes were closed on the freeway because of a fiery crash. But I still witnessed the golden hour as I was driving up, and I'll make sure you see a bit of that video. One of the benefits of getting up early, it's cooler, and you can take your time. So let's take a look at some of the sample images that I took over summers past. So you see, early morning in the summer does pay off. Give it a try. Another summer tip I would recommend is scouting. I often use my downtime during the day to scout out locations for the evening or an early morning shoot the next day. Why not use the long summer days for the same purpose? For instance, I'm at a new location today, scouting out new possibilities for other seasons. If I get a photo or two in the process, that'd be great. But it's time well spent. I would have invested in the future seasons when I need to focus on my photography. Well, I found a little spot here along the trail. Oh, by the way, we're on Cattle Canyon Trail, I believe it's called, up on Mount Baldy. And I believe Mount Baldy has recently been designated a national monument. And I hope it stays that way. It's beautiful up here. But as I was saying, I've just found this little spot up here. I'm not sure if it's going to work because it's in a shaded area. I've tried it with and without a polarizer. I've had to put I put an ND grad on there just now. So I'm kind of experimenting. Portrait photography is actually quite easy. We can ask our subject to move under the shade of a tree or an umbrella, but we really can't have our landscape move. But we can actually seek out landscape subjects that are actually in the shade. So that's one thing we can do. Another trick is to actually use a polarizer. And using a polarizer will cut down on the specular reflections and from foliage, and actually results in deeper and more saturated colors. So there's a couple of things we can do to help out in the harsh light that's created in summer. So today is really all about trying different things, experimenting. And as I was saying earlier, summer is all about trying different things. Scouting, get out your zoom and experiment with that, isolate subjects, kind of hone in on different skills, and that way when the best seasons come around, hopefully you would have developed some new skills, found some new locations, and you're all set for the better seasons. So summer shouldn't really be wasted. It should be about getting out there and trying different things. And that's what I'm up here doing right now. Looking for different locations, getting my telephoto out, seeing if I can find new ways of using that, and making good use of what otherwise would be bad light. So there you have it. I'm not wasting the day, making good use of it. So I hope you're doing the same. I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoy making them. If you enjoyed it, consider giving it a thumbs up. If you are not a subscriber, I hope you will consider subscribing. If you are a subscriber, select the bell. That way you'll be notified on future uploads. That's it for this episode. I hope to see you again soon. Safe travels. Take care. Enjoy your summer.